count of misplays, right? Where we were like, oh my god, what are you doing? Why has this play been made? What's the questioning behind this? There's a lot of if, buts, and maybes. And for IHC, the validity heading into map 3, now this isn't a question of can we do it? It's a question of have we mentally reset and have we checked back into map 3 heading from map 2. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be moving into the action here. It's Dust2. It is IHC on the T side. And, well, they've got a bit of work to be done here, excuse me. Wings up, of course, on the CT side. 1 kit, a little bit of util, 4 lots of Kevlar, and a race for 16.
He's going to go flooding over towards this B side. I do not blame them at all. Who needs utility? Cabal going to try and play anti. Back turn means he can't be headshotted properly. Martin going to be in the first. Looking for a second at range. Won't be able to find it as of just yet.
Done, Lan, or jumps up into the air, and that'll be his demise. Gas from behind with a double, and it's scoring a 1v3. Wings Up Gaming starting things off with a wild pistol.
You know, when we came in towards this series, we were, pretty comfortable saying, IHC, they'll take this 2-0, they'll walk this. Imagine a scenario and a situation where Wings Up take this series and IHC drop into the lower bracket. That's something I never would have expected. Not in terms of this qualifier, with the teams competing.
Of course, there is a lower bracket, Neo. We should talk about that a little bit as well. It's a double elim scenario where, sure, if you lose the first game, the first best of 3, it does hurt, but there is still a chance that you qualify. You just have to work through the lower final and the consolidation final.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, you're just playing basically an extra BO3 to get to that grand final spot. Nate's already dropped in. Lan, be careful, taking chip damage, nothing more, nothing less. IHC with a full investment, but it consists of pistols, and so the gap definitely looking to be closed here by the T side.
We've already seen IHC cause a lot of problems with just pistols, so for the time being, I'm really not going to count them out too much. Molotov does do a bit of damage over towards Bartak. It does spread over the ledge. So he's down to 68, but for the time being, so far, not so bad.
Flash dropped in, smokes are out. IHC, once again, using utility to their foreground to close that gap. They will be looking to do exactly so. Nice spam coming out from Bingo, going to find a couple. And I think it's safe to say this round going to be chalked up in favour of the Wings Up. Unless bLitz, he does fall. And with that, it will be indeed the round going in favour of Wings Up. As I say that, Annihilation does get 2, but the problem is the bomb's out in the open in the palm of Wings Up Gaming.
30 seconds to collect it and take it back towards that B side if they want to. Deagle, Annihilation, trying to cause problems. This time he's dropped off by Lan. It's all down to Cabal. Just a Deagle hand at close range, spamming, trying to use it as like a shotgun, but I won't be able to deliver on that duty. Second round on the board for Wings Up as they are up to 2. Extended, IHC, of course, that was a little bit of a forced investment coming through. The bomb plot would have been their real silver lining to make things a little bit more comfortable. They don't find it, so it is probably coming in towards this next round. Just a little bit of a half buy coming through, really.
Indeed. Round 3, Wings Up 2-0. IHC, as you said, pistols, but only pistols. No utility to work with. Cabal go for the swing. Ooh, tag is there. Would have been ideal to see it a little more accurate, maybe on the head of the opposition. Lanzorp already making light work here of these pistols. The peaks are coming in, and he's just given another chance to exploit this weak T side. Looking for more as Lamb makes it 3. On for 4, misses the shot. MP9 and Martin looking to do good damage. Gas is in for the support as well. 3-0, decent start. Humble beginnings here for Wings Up, but now it's the turn against the full buy.
Now is the time to really start to ask a couple of questions about IHC. This is where we need to see them kickstart a bit of momentum, start to find their form of, of late, where we know IHC can really perform in a really strong manner. We haven't seen it too much in towards this series. Nuke had moments of brilliance. Inferno was poor. Dust2 has started poor. All by coming out and all in play, they need to convert it.
Zero the leads. As you said, to kickstart their campaign, they're going to be looking for something substantial. Child King drop in a smoke, a little bit of a spam through the util his teammates are providing for him. They know he's in the mini pit. Well, he is in pit, I should say. They want to take face immediately or not, though. That is the question yet to be answered. Score. Going to try and get the boost. Oh, Child King. What a pre-fire from Child King. finds them both, locks them out along, and IHC less startled.
Down to just 3. Not looking good. Run boosting towards mid. Probably not going to find too much, to be perfectly honest. Doesn't even really make the full distance they would have hoped. So Annihilation. Post up at the AWP. And potentially, Retro, they could even maybe go for an early save call here. I mean, there's less than a minute to work with. They've gone for the hefty investment may I say, with double AK. 1 AWP left in play. If they don't find an early entry on towards the site, they may just call it a day.
No questions asked at the lower hand here. Whether they can turn things around is something we're going to have to discover. So find a little bit of progress in on short. Still closing that gap. Still trying to claim the chance. On the angle, it's an easy pickup for him. Looking for another here. Child King will be in for some more support, but I don't even think it's needed at this point. The bomb, sure, it does go down, but in a 2v5, I think Wings Up, they'll have this one very comfortably in their back pocket.
This would require a monumentous choke not to go the other way. Now Orbs are making the second. Will deliver, in fact. Problems are coming to fruition, but Lana Range will close things out with an AWP of his own. 2 kills, the name of Annihilation there. IHC find themselves a bomb plant, but that's all that they do find. It's a 4-0 start on the CT side for Wings Up. An upset seems to be on the cards here.
Yeah, they're doing really well. The 4-buy of IHC, as you said, it does result in a bomb plant and a couple of kills, which is an economical gain that they desperately needed. But I think it's safe to say at this point in time, we wouldn't have expected it would be Wings Up that are currently 4-0 ahead. I definitely wouldn't have, put it to be that way at least into this round. Round 5 to follow up. It's 5 AKs, and it's still a decent chance here that Wings Up could be capitalised upon. At the same time, it's a double AWP setup, and they're looking as comfortable as ever.
As they always do. Oh, try to test towards out towards long. Can't find too much. We'll go back this time towards B and try and find somewhat of an entry over there. But that's going to be easier said than done because that back plat position is so difficult to clear.
Absolutely. A good look here. Bingo in the back plat spot. Still having a cheeky little look. Nothing more, nothing less right now. It's dead silence across the board at the minute mark. Hinge smoke lobbed in. Martin going to go for a little bit of a spam to try and find something. It's still dead silent. And Wings Up Gaming really actually given no clues, no crumbs to the idea of IHC here.
That's it. So far, not so good. As, well, that time is starting to tick for IHC. They need to make a decision.
Yeah, desperately. And I think it has to be towards A now. Can't really commit towards B. It's just too much going on. And they obviously don't have the idea of anyone being towards back plat. They have no information on these site players. Mid could definitely be the chance. And if they want to go for the mid to B split, that is an opportunity that I could respect. Gas is going to get smoked off, doubled up in fact, just so they make sure they don't get caught from the high ground. Bingo in a pretty good spot. Gas is the bait and switch. Bingo only good for 1, but Martin, 18 seconds. Back plat, he's good for 1. Looking for more, can't connect. 15 seconds, the bomb goes down, and it's a 2v2 in a shot turn of events. They get themselves into a decent scenario.
The B site notoriously so difficult to retake. Big task here for Wings Up. Land trying to make a little bit of room over towards door. Annihilation holding back plat being held by Blitz2 with the AWP. All he has to hold and wait. Back spotted. Waiting for the swing. Missed shot though. And that can become costly. I say it's the first. Looking for the second as well. When he must deliver is the question. Peeking up, but he gets that laser at range by Child King. The flawless run continues. As Wings Up make it 5. And it's all down to a slight misplay. One rookie mistake. And so costly.
Brilliantly taken care of. As you said, it was a close round, but the money for Wings Up is seriously no problem right now. They can keep rebuying. It didn't matter how many casualties. They're just continuing to press the problem. And that is IHC in a 5-round deficit. And they go for another buy. They're giving it another shot. And they are going to try their best at finding the first. But so far, the track record, as you said, has not been good. It's been flawless so far here on the CT side for Wings Up.
Well, of course, over towards IHC, the bomb plant does give them that continuation of a buy coming through. This time, not even going to test the wars out towards long. Double molly coming through, and actually long completely in control on the CT side. They could deny any presence here.
He could. Annihilation. Deleted. And I mean deleted.
Oh my. How has he hit that?
Pumped by LAN. That is disgusting. Gas will find a second. And already it's a 3v5. It's a two-man deficit. And it is looking so good for Wings Up Gaming once more.
Who would have thought on Dust2 would have been this one-sided? It's one of those maps that generally you see some teams even prefer the T side of Dust2, and that's definitely not what we're seeing from IHC. They are struggling.
Is the case. And a decent look here. Site control still very much Wings Ups. They don't have much of a chance in this round here. IHC. 45 seconds left. Child King off angle will actually get capitalized upon. A nice little pre-fire from Bartak. Expecting the player to be there at least. Oh, great response from Gas though. And all of a sudden, it goes from bad to worse, doesn't it? Carbol will find LAN. That's the AWP taken out of the equation. Let's see here though. Final 25 seconds. The bomb is left on short. And that means IHC. They've got more running to do and just no time to do it in.
I'd say, I mean, they just cannot even hope and a prayer for this one to work in their favour. Just over 10 seconds to work with. Bingo finds off one. A no-scope from Cabal. I guess it's a silver lining, but it's only that. Continuously flawless. 6-0 for Wings Up. And finally, we see IHC call for attack pause. One in which they desperately needed to do so because they have lost control of this game.
Yeah, I think the timing's pretty good as well. You know, you try a couple of different things. The long control is something you wanted to establish and couldn't really get that done. You maybe try elsewhere, looking towards B a little bit. Middle was a nice attempt made as well. But other than that, like now you've exhausted sort of the default ideas. This is where you have to get a little bit more innovative, and this is where you've got to get a little more, I don't know, a little bit up front with your plays. And IHC being 6-0 down, they desperately need a round on the board. They really need a chance in this game. And, well, it's an eco in this one. Wouldn't be surprised to see maybe a little bit of a B rush. See what that consists of for them. Other than that, I don't know. On the full buy, mid's been pretty good. But the problem is, in my honest opinion, is that they're just leaving it too late.
Yeah, and it's continuously too late as well, isn't it? I mean, we look towards kind of how they've been on this C side and trying to make an execute work with less than 20 seconds on the clock, may I say, is not good enough. Spraying through the smoke, Bingo for one, can fall back towards back plat. The AWP as well, easy.
Martin is going to find the first. Bingo looking for more, but the AWP is rotating in as it finds a second kill and is still firing off, still trying to find it. No scope, USP drawn, and Cabal will just jump into the jaws of many. It's 7-0. It's Wings Up with another round to their name. IHC are being disintegrated on map 3.
What a mess of a round that was as well. I mean, it was just all over the place. And you mentioned disintegrated is probably the best way to put it. I mean, they couldn't find anything over towards that B site. And the fact that the AWP stayed alive at range for that long, even after kind of missing so many shots, being completely blinded and dropped down to somewhat low HP. Unfortunate times. 7-0. IHC cannot even fathom around here.
Not ideal, is it? Molly goes deep. LAN going to be playing the game of chase as he oppresses the tunnel's angle. Cabal using the pillar as good cover. Quite thick cover. The AWP won't kill him through it, but it doesn't stop him from peeking in. The flashbang, while it was a nice idea, and they knew that maybe the AWP was lurking around, LAN just does one better, doesn't get blind, and it's an easy pickup. It's a 5v4, and IHC left a little bit stunned as to what their next approach looks like.
Yeah, I mean, what's the game plan here, right? I mean, now they're falling back over towards long, trying to find a bit of security. Child King takes a little bit of contact, knows they're tucked in towards blue, but actually not going to face.
Flash goes high, score. He's going to find another, a 3v4. Finally, the numbers being tested for Wings Up. LAN still looking for more out towards long. The AWP will find one, but it's only the one. And now it's Bingo left in the 1v3.
For the first time, we've seen IHC actually look a little bit uniform in terms of their execute, and with a lot of time to spare too. Bomb set up, tap away range, Bingo for the first. Uncontested as well, as he's yet to take a point of damage. 1 versus 2, there's a realm of possibility here.
Definitely so. Jump spot. Oh, I think maybe Bartak spotted, but Annihilation up on the angle. Surely, yeah, the swing has to come in on the long side rather than the sight side. Whether he has a good look or not, I don't know. Bingo's just spent so much time waiting, though, in Annihilation. He knows it's coming, and that he will connect. 7-1, finally, IHC on the board.
Finally, I think is, again, a good way to put it. I mean, it's taken a long time for them to find even a close to a round in their favour, and now that was much, much better. But of course, as we could expect after picking up 7 consecutive rounds, money's not an issue. Over towards Wings Up, they can more than comfortably buy back in, especially with a double AWP setup.
Let's having a good jump spot early on. IHC taking a lot of B control early on. Let's having a decent look at least. Bingo using a smoke towards B. This angle is a risky one. A little spam, expecting a boost, nothing from it though. Wings Up Gaming, very slow, very methodical, and IHC definitely don't want to be running into it.
That's it, Martin holding towards mid doors. Smoke comes through, takes a pop shot, doesn't quite find the target he was hoping for. Gas does do a slight bit of chip damage on towards the door, but for the time being, all same, all slow in the server.
Minutes on the clock. Still a 5v5. Still a chance like no other. Molly going to be dropped in behind the door. Bartak given a little bit of info as to what's going on. But everything just comes to a bit of a standstill at the 45-second mark. Smoke. I mean, a little bit off for the T side. Gas will find one. Only the one. It's a fast play. Land caught blind. And that will force him off the angle, but doesn't stop him going in for seconds. As he connects to Score's chest. 4v3, a man advantage, and a chance like no other for Wings Gaming to put themselves back in front. bLitz will find one in response. It's a 3 versus 3, Martin. Oh, timing. Timing is so not on his side. He knows that there could be the possibility of a flank, but now that it comes in, he's not expecting it. Land, he's going to have to do a lot of heavy lifting, and he will not be good for anything. Child King, 1v3, it's done, it's dusted, and it is over. It's bLitz with the second for IHC.
Much better round from IHC. The execution was brilliant, but it's the post plant that's probably the most kind of pixel perfect performance from them. That's what you'd want to see from the likes of IHC in what has been a really lackluster performance coming in towards map number 3 on a map in which, as we've seen before, they've been historically very decent on. That's finally the IHC that we know and love, a side that can provide and prove to be dominant. And Wings Up couldn't even fathom the possibility of a retake happening in that sort of situation. They couldn't even think about trying to make their way back forward because each and every angle was completely, well and truly, definitively locked out by IHC. Now it's a question of, can they keep this snowball effect in motion? Can they keep the momentum ticking across to really lock things out and potentially kind of save what has been a poor start to their T side?
Yeah, I mean, definitely can do a bit of damage control here and get themselves into a very respectful scoreline for the T side of Dust2. Problem is, it's quite a big ask, and you've left it quite late, sort of in the heart to get things going. Nicely done for the AK Bartak, good for one. Annihilation finding the second. Down to 3, though. Wings Up Gaming going to be quite wise with their next engagement, and that is an AWP dropped across in a 3v3.
One planted over towards the B site, and if you're a stats man like myself, statistically speaking, the B side of Dust2 is the hardest site to retake in the competitive map pool right now. Hence why we're seeing Wings Up absolutely nowhere to be seen. They want nothing to do with this. They're back over towards long. They're going to leave Child King with a P250 post up here, and he actually might be able to salvage himself an AK-47.
Score.
Never mind.
He'll put a stop to that one. Down to 2. He's up just looking for the save. Carbol going to get tapped out here. Gas. He's going to keep his life. 3 kills on an eco. Damn respectable here for the Wings Up Gaming side. Of course, IHC closing that gap back down to just 4. But it is entirely doable now. Wings Up with these new and improved weapons. There's an AWP, there's an AK, there's 3 M4s. And there is a real good chance that they can put themselves back on the map.
That's it. Exactly that. Well, 7-3. The deficit to only 4 is better. I mean, there's still a possibility in which IHC somehow managed to win out the half. I think it's, you know, it's improbable. Not impossible, but improbable that will happen. But we'll have to wait and see. With how hectic this series has been thus far, I'm not going to count anything anymore.
Wings Up going to get a bit inventive with their plays. Lan Going aggressive. Score's already taken a fair chunk of damage. Hinge smoke tossed in. Land doesn't want anything to do with it. Now knowing he can get peeked from anywhere. A minute and 25 to go. IHC making the correct decision. Head towards long. I say correct, but Wings Up Gaming have just had a third player rotate in. So it is a triple A stack hold right now. Smoke going to be lobbed in. Counter utility tossed out. Child King not in a great position here, and he has to back away. And IHC will allow that.
I mean, Child King, I think he's able to play a little bit more of a passive position. Does start to get slightly concerning because as we stand, things are looking too great over towards IHC being locked out. A lot of utility damage on towards score, but he will get a bit of an advanced position.
Seconds left. Score. He's going to be caught out. That's the man advantage. That's the chance. Lan deciding to run through the smoke or through the molly back towards short, and now he's just going to reposition. Getting ready. What a flash. Child King 1 and basically 2. Dink to Cobble, leaving him to 10 points of health. Land now, bit of an elevated angle, but Cobble to find the kill. A 3v3, Gas is in Gandalf. There's a massive flank coming in from Bingo, who can't find anything. Not ideal. Bomb gonna get planted. Gas is good for 1. Now charging in Bartak's position as he finds a second Annihilation. He will also fall to the AK, and that is a masterclass play from Gas.
Yeah, Annihilation in the name and not in the game. That's all down to Gas. Brilliant from him. That 3-piece he gets in concession over towards the A site is sublime. I mean, there's nothing short of pixel perfection from him. And IHC cannot even for a moment try and counter him. He's brilliant. Everything worked perfectly in towards his hands. And for IHC, I think that was like a deer in headlights. They were so shocked.
8-3. Wings Up Gaming, gap to 5. Definitely continue. At least perform, put on a decent show. Full buy here for IHC, but it does consist of a scout and a Galil. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but definitely manageable here. IHC have one from worse, so let's see what they've got in their back locker here.
Yeah, it's definitely a realm of possibility, right? So we're not going to, I guess for the time being, count them out, but still, so far, as we stand, it's a mixed bag of buys over towards IHC, slightly more comfortable over towards Wings Up, but their long-term economy is starting to now dwindle a little bit.
Bingo. Jiggling in, having a decent look. Safe to say at this point in time, IHC scratching their head a little bit and wondering what the game plan is. By the looks of things, it's towards short. But I wouldn't say this is the best idea, considering there's a scout in the mix and obviously a Galil in the hands of Kabul as well. I think a mid to B would have been appropriate for a play like this.
Agreed.
But at the same time, you know, they could be the geniuses and I could just be the absolute idiot. So we'll see.
Still committing now over towards A. The AWP is holding from Car, and that's the thing that's concerning for me. Gas, all he has to do is stay alive into his Goose.
Indeed, smoke going to be dropped in, and that's the first of 2. One towards CT as well. Bingo going to hear the drop down. Score as well to follow his teammate of Kabul. A great flash to force Lan away. Gas is in Goose. 20 seconds left. The bomb is still alive, but Child King's good for 2. And as the bomb gets set down, the M4's try and close the gap. The scout's tagged. The player that's planting's gone. And Annihilation might just get naded out as well, but it lands too shallow. And this gives him a chance to create some space with the scope weapon. Bartak coming in late from long as well as he spams away. Child King eliminated. Annihilation's gonna find the follow-up. And it's just down to Bingo here in the 1v2.
Yeah, I mean, surely now this one's done. Bingo can't find anything to do with it. Bartak gonna clean things up in a 1 versus 2. Wasn't even able to find himself one. Annihilation low on HP. But stays alive. Outrage. That's all he has to do. IHC chip away this deficit to just 4 rounds. They can't guarantee themselves going in towards a lead at the second half, but at the very least they can make it less of a lead for Wings Up.
Round 13. Let's see what they have in store for us today. It is definitely an interesting one. Round 13. Heating up to the maximum. Wings Up Gaming. pistols. That's what they got to work with in IHC. We said it was a terrible start, but the recovery, I mean, it's been pretty good so far. I'm not going to lie. It's been pretty good.
I can't disagree at all. I mean, the recovery has been really, really stellar. I mean, on paper, realistically, they should find a fifth here. And if they do, this should start to be a little bit more comfortable. Gas can be dropped by score for a second. Chalking at the very least straight. And an AK collected. Silver lining.
Incredibly so. Do have themselves a chance. Lan, what up? Molly?
How?
He's Iron Man, would be my guess. Oh, and he finds a kill off the back of it. Oh, and big damage done to bRTAC. It's a 3v3. Look at the flank that we have coming in from King, who's good for one. The bomb's going to go down, but it's more damage. And the AK's got a good chance here, King in the 1v2, but the flash is good enough. 3 kills on an eco. Respectful is an understatement to how good that Wings Up Gaming economy was there.
Oh, I mean, you got to say to them, that is actually really not a bad effort at all. From the buy that Wings Up had, which was, for the most part, not a lot, they actually are able to make that quite problematic towards IHC. I mean, we see the CZs doing good work. Even when the fact that King picks himself up an AK-47, is able to find so much success with it, it's still a real problem towards IHC. They got a little bit nervous.
Yeah. No questions asked here that this is a close half, a lot closer than maybe some would expect, but still IHC on the lower hand. And with Gas's M4 in the fruition, definitely finding themselves the early lead. It is a promising start. 5-on-4. Now, it's IHC that are now forced to make the next move. They've got to do the correct play now, the correct chance. Give them this round. Wally going to be dipped in towards Goose. And it is just slow. Very methodical, very thought out here. Wings Up Gaming in a pretty good spot, I'd say.
Oh, dig through the door as well. Mars gets on the back of it. Brilliant flash from Lan, though. Double for bingo.
Carball coming in from B site itself. King for another, though. And, well, this is going to hurt quite greatly here. In the 1v4, Carball, a lot to do. Not a lot of time to do it in. And that will be that. Really nicely taken care of. And it is a 9th for Wings Up Gaming, making it look promising.
9 rounds found. Double digits are possibility to into the final round of the half. For IHC, a 4 buy to come through, but it's going to be a little bit of a mixed bag of buys. I mean, you look towards bLitz, picking up the deagle. bRTAC as well, only a deagle. Score left out to just a Tech 9. And a double AK to support them. It's really not the best of buys, what you'd hope for in the final round of the half, but that's all that they can afford to muster up in towards this final round. And already Cabal, and one of those AKs is down and out for the count.
It's not ideal, is it? Not ideal at all. With this, 9-5 could turn 10, and that could be a difficult one. IHC, we said that the start to recovery was good. I think 9-6 is appropriate to end the half at, considering the buy, as you said already, that the rifle initially being dropped. You know, we're in a pretty bad scenario now that IHC they've got to fight back from.
That's it. Oh, look where we stand. It's as you mentioned, a bad situation, but at the very least, the silver lining is like AK-47 is still in play. So I guess you can give them the kind of somewhat security around that. Dropping back over towards mid. Oh, will they even clear gas?
Difficult to say. Annihilation, he will indeed. A 4v4, all things considered. It's not a bad start whatsoever. There's still more to go, though. 40 seconds left. The smoke's starting to fade. Bingo going to be given a really good chance in this position to find score. But he decides to back away. And actually, this is an A play. This is no B play. This is no mid push. This is fast. And bRTAC, fast on the trigger. He's able to find Lan. King doing really well on long, though. He's found himself his 13th kill of the half. Bomb set down for bLitz. 3v3.
Now to ask a couple of questions. King for the first. bLitz on the site. Deagle in hand. Doesn't even want to tempt fate by overextending.
Yeah, this is pretty good. bLitz. Ooh. Oh, an annihilation with another. Down to the 1v2. Bingo's got it all to do. With everything to work out. Bomb's ticking. This is too far gone. bLitz moves in. The deagle will find the third. And just like that, it's 9-6. It's Wings Up Gaming that have got a bit of a task to do. Can they get it done? Let's see on the second half.
Hey Future Pros! Having a good A exec on Dust2 can make your life so much easier. So today I'll show you the Na'Vi A exec, which they pulled off perfectly on a force buy. To do this exec, you'll need 4 Future Pros, 4 smokes, 3 flashes, and a molly. Future Pro number 1. You'll be throwing the Xbox smoke to help your team get short control. To throw the smoke, get into this back corner. Crouch down and aim at this shadow. Then stand up and jump throw the smoke. Now get your team to get short control, but be careful as there could be a pesky CT chillin'. Future Pro number 2. You'll be throwing the one-way smoke, 2 flashes, and a short molly. To throw your smoke, get into this corner. Aim at the bottom right corner of this window and throw your smoke. Then put your back against the wall and aim just to the left of this part of the box while crouched. While still crouched, jump throw your 2 flashes. These flashes will destroy a close long player. Once you have thrown the flashes, quickly lob a molly back towards short as you could be getting fast flanked. Future Pro number 3. You'll be throwing a CT smoke, a sight molly, and a flash to get you down to the CT ramp. To throw your smoke, get into this doorway. Aim to the top corner of this building and throw the smoke. Then throw your molly from behind the closed smoke just to the right of the palm tree and it should molly sight. After that, underhand a flash into CT and hop down with it. Try very hard not to blind yourself or your team with this one. Then sprint towards long and get a free kill onto the long CT who is hopefully playing close. Keep advancing and take full long control as this will allow your team to plant for long if you succeed. Finally, Future Pro number 4, or FP4 as I like to call it. You'll be throwing the closed short smoke along with the flash for sight. To throw your smoke, aim just in between these 2 boxes above the barrels. Then get close to the box and underhand throw the smoke. It looks like a moving throw, but I assure you it's not. You can throw this smoke more safely, but if Bit lives on the edge, then you should too. Throw your flash off this wall, which shouldn't blind your teammates, but will flash a CT trying to advance on the smokes, and then take the site. Give this one a crack offline, but I'm sure all you Future Pros will be able to nail it down after at most 20 attempts.
Definitely a second half to enjoy. Wings Up Gaming up by 3 as we head into our second half here, Neo. It has been a pretty scary one at times. I think IHC getting away with murder, it felt like, from the beginning. We were, what, 7-0 ahead. Wings Up Gaming looked unreal, on rails, and then all of a sudden, IHC starting to pull off the recovery and the deficit down to 3. A pistol round can make the big difference here.
Potentially. I think, if IHC found a pistol, we could be in for a different scenario and situation. We'll have to wait and see. Gas now out towards long. Couple of pop shots. Annihilation has cross, though, and that can be problematic, and it is.
Score. More. Carbol good for the 1, but only the 1 so far towards B. Score goes down without a fight until I say that, actually. bLitz, he's in for the response. And, well, there we have it. It's, just scary. It's very scary. 2v4, IHC looking real good.
Oh, that is messy.
Not ideal to be watching, mate. Not ideal. Annihilation will find both as 3k in the round. IHC gap down to 2. That's their 7th.
Yeah, that was really messy. Really messy indeed. But it's closed out in the end. It's up to, as you mentioned, that gap down to 2. So really not too shabby at all for IHC to start kickstarting a bit of momentum, and hopefully that's what we do see coming through for them. We do see a quick pause coming in. Hopefully nothing too problematic, but we can get right back in towards the action. So far, things are looking much better on the CT side for IHC to potentially kickstart a little bit of momentum.
Okay, I do believe there is a little bit of a tech pause. Sorry, Wings Up having some issues. Not ideal, not ideal. But
Maybe
it's
a
alright.
packet loss.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, it gives us time to have a little float around the map. Talk about life, you know. Be a service to the Twitch chat right now. Which are probably wondering how this game is so close, considering the old map trade nuke looked so one-sided, and after it we thought IHC, yeah, they've done it. And then they completely throw their map of Inferno in the bin. Like, send it to the Shadow Realm. And now on Dust2, we actually stopped the second half with them being 3 rounds down. Fortunately, they win the pistol. There's still a lot of work to be done, though.
Yeah, there's a lot of work still left to be done. I mean, it's safe to say that this isn't a done story so far. I mean, this is probably the most even we've seen, kind of just generally speaking, a performance, including, you know, all of the maps so far. I mean, Nuke was so one-sided on in favor of IHC in that first half. Inferno was a little bit all over the place, but it always sort of just looked like Wings Up were keeping that distance away from them. And then, well, Dust2 so far, it's a little bit more on that even side. Potentially could be that one that goes a little bit the full distance. We'll have to wait and see. But as we are still in this tech pause, we can only hope and wait that. Potentially, we'll get back underway momentarily. We can see how things play out. The buy over towards Wings Up is not going to be great. You know, losing that previous pistol round without getting a bomb down means that they're left with, economically speaking, not a lot to work with. So it should at the very most be maybe an upgraded pistol, you know, a P250 of some sort if they really want to. But even that would be a big ask. Just go for the full Glocks, try and overwhelm a site, try and guarantee a plant, but just get this round done and dusted with.
Hopefully not too long until we're back into the swing of things. Right now, at least, it is a little bit of a wait. Sometimes it happens, though, especially in the Asian scene, I feel like, you know, where actually the ping difference is probably the biggest there.
Yeah, I'd say
at
so,
least like
yeah.
North America and South America are kind of like split up, but in Asia, I think it's just like Asian. You know, like the entirety of it is just that is it. So
and with America as well, I mean, a lot of the servers are based in Dallas, which is, you know, so south of North America that it actually makes it. You know, if you're in like New York, for example, or like even further up, I mean,
yeah,
there's the ping difference is gonna be pretty similar to like the likes of potentially Brazil, whatnot. But either way, yeah, as you mentioned, the ping could be a problematic factor to bring in. Packet loss has been an issue, I think, in this exact scenario. And well, thankfully, with everyone back in the server, hopefully we should be resuming more or less momentarily. We can get the game back underway. 9-7 is a scoreline, and the tech pause is done. Round of 17 about to get underway momentarily. 2-round differential. Wings Up hold over IHC, but with this very, very minimal buy of Wings Up, it should be probably chipped away down to at least 1.
yeah, definitely is the case. Definitely is the one. And as we head into this round, I think it's safe to say Wings Up should definitely be conceding an 8th. Let's see what they have to offer. Pistols, mate. Glocks, 5 of them. I don't know. It's a bit of a stretch, bit of a tall order. 9. Oh, that is money for bLitz. Score's got 1 as well. Martin sure he's able to pick it up. But yeah, that's the round over. It is the maximum money it feels like made. The IHC side, they've done a really good job in that one.
Easy. Very, very easy for them. As you mentioned, just mowing them down with the MP9. It's so simple, so effective. Money in the bank, and potentially could be them kind of just keeping that money in their pockets later rounds. You know, for Annihilation specifically, if you want to pick up the AWP. Score still rocking the MP9, which can still farm a lot of cash. But of course, it is a full buy coming out. Wings Up. So for IHC, I guess this is technically speaking a bonus round for them. Anything they can find is a real positive light.
Absolutely. Looking like a delicious investment made here by Wings Up. At the same time, IHC haven't exactly come underprepared either, have they? They've got themselves a really good margin to work with. Nade dropped in towards lower, and this is all part of the fake, all part of the plan, is that if you nade deep, why would Score also be sitting there? And so that's what they're looking for here, but Wings Up moving towards short, just as IHC retreat.
So far, so slow. Over towards short. Bit of aggression being made there, but for the time being, Bingo doesn't hold down the fort. Gasking a 4, that's a free kill and a free AK too.
Really nicely taken care of, having a good look. Annihilation finds 1, but only the 1. It's a 3v2, or rather a 4v3. The man advantage in favour of IHC. The 2-for-1 on short, favouring the CT side. The fat ass of Bartak going to find another. And this feels all but done here, Neo. It's a 2v4. IHC, even on the full buy with lesser weaponry, making it look swift.
Yeah, easy. So easy for them. All they had to do was keep the numbers advantage in their favour. So simple, so effective. Chugging will fall. 1-on-1. The AWP of Lan can't even find anything too much. Potentially could salvage it as well. If bLitz can make it in time, I don't think he will be able to. Doesn't matter either way. IHC tied this game up. 9 rounds apiece. And since coming on towards CT side, they have been a different beast.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, it has been killer. Really, really killer so far. Wondering how far this goes for IHC. They can continue on their hot streak, their form. Things up back to Pistols, but then again, Pistols is what granted them so much success on Inferno, so who am I to judge as of right now?
Exactly that. It is just hello by though, and I don't have too much faith. We have seen success with it before for both Wings Up and IHC, but in this scenario, I don't have too much faith at all. You two will come through. Martin and the bomb falling into his doors, and Annihilation, he just needs to play slow.
Well, having a good look towards short here, bLitz. Really tapping away for the first, looking for more. Well, it's an easy mop-up for him. Make it 3 very swiftly. Score will find the last, and with that, it is closure on every single part of the map. Wings Up Gaming, down by a round. IHC lead, I do believe, for the first time this game. Or on Dust2 at least, that is. Not
Yes, no, you are. Well, I think they got a pistol, no?
Maybe.
And apart from that, then yes.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, it has been a long time since we've seen IHC looking anywhere near positive for a while, especially when you factor in that previous map number 2 as well. So, thankfully, a little bit better. Now, Yuto out towards long. bLitz tapping away, but he's full blind. Martin might try to make the drop, but he himself is blind.
1-for-1 so far. Gas looking for the response, and it's an adequate one. He's able to catch off bLitz, nothing more, nothing less. This is comfortable. Oh my good God, Lan. That is a corker of a shot.
Yeah, I mean, so far, I mean, that's a brilliant one. Safe to say. Left down to just 2, IHC. Being tested here now.
Unreal. Locked in. Score! Can't find anything. Down to 1. Cabal against 3. And as much as I want to say Wings Up Gaming was second best, they look unreal.
Much better. Much better in that round from Wings Up. Tying the game back up 10 rounds apiece. And that was more the performance we were looking for. I mean, the previous few rounds, even that previous full buy, was really lackluster. That was more definitive. And that's what kind of you'd hope and expect of Wings Up on their T side. Control the tempo, dictate the pace, and that's how they control the momentum as well back in their favour. Now, fullback coming out, Score going to be the one to pick up the AWP, not Annihilation, which is interesting. So, we'll see how that affects IHC, if at all.
Well, round 21, smoke towards middle. Child King having a decent look, spamming with the smoking in front of him. Don't find much as of right now. And it is just a patience play. Score having a little spam up towards top middle as well. This is very demanding from IHC. They're trying to get themselves as much early info as possible. I mean, you look at the positions of the dots on the map, right? You see Cabal getting aggressive towards B, having a good look. We had the early mid presence being shown. We now have long control in some regard as well from Bartak. Like, they're trying to do everything. Unfortunately, it equates to nothing because Gas finds the entry once more. 21 and 11. He's having a great game in this decider.
Yeah, I mean, really, he's really started to step up in his own. And now, well, so far, for IHC looking a little bit concerning, but they're going for a little bit of an aggressive stance, and this could turn the tide. If they find a freebie, that's a sunk you heard. Swing coming in, bLitz, that's a free kill.
Easy, Child King gone. Score, we expect Martin up close, yes he will. A man advantage settled, it's IHC that hold it. Bingo having a decent look. Oh, the flash. Oh, what Bingo! Missed shots, but he does correct himself. Try to find more. Cabal and Annihilation both with 1. Gas doubles up, but he's going to need double the amount he has right now. It's a 1v2. 4K clutch required. Spams away. Score taps away at the headpiece. And that'll be that. IHC will find 11.
Just about. It's a round for round affair, but IHC on the CT side extend the lead to 1. Just about. But I think it's safe to say that this is the most even affair we've seen between these two sides. I mean, Cabal was on 17 points of HP, only just making that one work. I'm still in a little bit of a concerned state. I feel like this one really can go either way. I mean, these two sides so evenly matched thus far that makes it very, very difficult to predict. But for the time being, we can hold and wait. 11 to 10. IHC. Hold a 1-round lead. The fullback going out for wings up. That bomb plant is keeping that economy in check, at least kind of temporarily.
Yeah, we'll be looking to do so. bLitz holding the molly. Bartak going to try and get himself in towards pit. The molly's good, and that isolates the one. Child King a bit too aggressive. His teammates maybe didn't want to commit to it as much as he did. In turn, a difference in opinion cost him the man advantage. IHC in the driver's seat once more. Bingo. Oh, the discipline. Oh, the discipline. It's so good for score. Turns his back, doesn't expect a third, but the 2K, that's more than enough.
And speaking of 2, there's only 2 left alive for wings up. Not looking too great as they go all the way out towards B. Will they clear? Cabal, they're shot though. And now we have to try and buy some time. Things are getting a little bit dicey as he's just bobbing and weaving, ducking, trying to stay alive. Not going to find any shots. It's getting dicey. More misses are becoming so costly, and this time it will fall.
2v3. Molly lands on site. IHC trying to buy time, trying to stop that bomb to go down. And as you can see, the rotate is coming in. Bomb's still yet to go down, but a double push from Tunnels, and Martin aggressing before the bomb's even set. Gas now goes on a bit of a walk. Annihilation. Oh, this is brilliant positioning. He plays so passive. He expects the push. Gas, he will cross. Annihilation looking for more. Thinks he's tagged up and opts for the USP. But he's got to be careful because from behind, bLitz will be the man to take him down. It's 12-10. IHC, they are ahead.
Getting closer. Getting ever so closer to the all-elusive 16 and seeing out this series right at the dying embers. For wings up, it's going to be a attack pause called. One in which, again, is a bit of a necessity. I mean, they've lost control of their economy. They're down to now what is an eco situation, unless they want to go for a little bit of a janky force buy. I mean, Lan and Bingo, their economy doesn't allow them to pick up the AK armor. They could go for the Galil armor, bit of utility. Martin has plenty of economy to work with if he wants to potentially drop a bit of util over, but even still, it will be a little bit all over the place. Or they could just go for the half buy, stick above 2K, try and force a bomb plant coming through and kind of utilize that to their success. We'll have to wait and see. It looking like it's just going to be the half buy coming in. Stay above 2K, armor, bit of pistol, bit of utility, and just try and make this work. We've seen it work before, so for them, that's probably what they're leaning into.
See what Wings Up Gaming have in store for us here. As you said, just a half buy, keeping as much money as they can prepared when they make the full investment. Having a good look towards middle at the early stages. They are actually full sending it through middle here. This is no short play. The nade, that is brilliant. What a HE thrown in from CT Spawn there. Score should be easy, but he misses his shots, and that will be bLitz finding one with a HE. But Bingo's set 9 available to respond. Cabal only good for the one as well, and that is an AWP given away.
Orb drops across. This is 2. For wings up, 2 versus 3 man I say. For wings up, this is still a possibility. Despite being in a man disadvantage, they can actually make this work. Molly in towards back plan, no one there to meet them. Flash gonna come through as well, won't quite catch the orb. They need to flood their way through doors and through the tunnels, and they do so. Landing towards backside, good for one. Needs to isolate the other 2. Will he clear it in time? Doesn't matter. Molotov forces them off. IHC gonna be up to 13 momentarily once the Molly goes.
Nice. Very nice. It is a bit close for comfort, you know, just a couple of seconds in it, but that is more than enough to give IHC their 13th. And as you said, they're in a pretty good spot right now. In a pretty good spot.
So far, so good. I mean, 3-round deficit that IHC hold over wings up, but 3 rounds is all they need to close out this game. And again, as we've seen before in a couple of scenarios for wings up, they're now caught in that horrible situation where they're kind of in that rinse and repeat cycle of full buy-in, failure to convert, down to a double eco, and rinse and repeat, and they can't get hold of momentum, and there's not much time left in this map or this series.
3 rounds to the finish line. That's what we're looking at right now. Martin gonna have a flash for gas. Flash, it's the exact same. That was as deja vu as it gets. Like, the exact same thing happened previously, no? I'm pretty sure, at least. Mate, insane. Insane stuff. Either way, IHC giving the man up and wings up. A lot more work to do.
Again. Over to a shot this time. What a nade. How much damage was that? That was, what, 130 odd?
At least. At least. That was a massive nade. And a follow-up. What? Oh, my God. We're dropping bombs! IHC have absolutely wrecked Wings Up Gaming before they even shoot a bullet. The players are all so low. Bingo! Tagged even lower by the M4A1S of bLitz. And with 45 seconds, the 4 remaining players will try and make pace. But there's just not going to be enough HP between them. Oh, great shot from Annihilation. And the follow-up's just better as Annihilation finds the wall bang once more. bLitz will find the last. And that is his 30th kill of the game. IHC, you best be giving bLitz a pay rise because, man, this guy is on rails where it's needed.
Yeah, I mean, what a performance from him so far. He has been brilliant. So good. Up to 14. Again, I guess the positive light is that for Wings Up, they keep their economy in check just by the fact that they're going to bomb down, but this is really looking dire now. It's looking like those final nails in the coffin are starting to be hammered in place because for Wings Up, they cannot even seem to fathom potential of the post-barn, not even the post-barn itself. 2 rounds. That's all that IHC need to take the series and continue in this upper bracket.
See what Wings Up Gaming have in store for us today. Great shot, Bartak. Oh, Bartak, nearly a third as well. Bingo, he will trade. bLitz swings in at probably the worst timing. All of the players are looking at him. They're boxed in. Scores pushed up middle, and he has them all dead to right. If they exit, they walk into the AWP. If they want to keep moving, it's into an M4. In fact, into an AWP as well.
Yeah, Annihilation. You got a little bit of a gap above that smoke. They're penciling towards long. They have to commit to this.
Indeed. Great shot from Annihilation already. Already. Just whittling down the Wings Up Gaming players. Down to 2. And, well, if the disadvantage wasn't already apparent, 50 seconds left. Bomb hasn't really made any progress whatsoever, Neo. I think that this is, yeah, this is going to be chalked up quite quickly here to a 15th for IHC. And this could just be the beginning of the end.
I think so. This is looking Dunzo here. In comes the utility. Will allow them somewhat of a safe passage in the crosshair. Cabal might try and deny. Annihilation towards that. A Gandalf doesn't matter. Cabal goes for 1 of his own. All down to the AWP. Been going to 1 versus 3. And he's deleted by score. I think this might be GG Retros. We're up to 15. IHC need 1 round for the map and the series to close things out. And for Wings Up, coming in towards the next round, it's just the AKs on display. Martin, an AK armor, no utility. That's the biggest deficit. I mean, they've got barely any utility to work with.
This is it. Series point. IHC 1 to the finish line. We're going to be looking just on another level right now. 1 more. That's all they need. That is all they need here, Neo. And I'm comfortable in saying in the 5 attempts that they have of trying to get it done, I think they have it dead to right, mate. There's no... If I'm honest, this is 16-10. Wings Up Gaming just struggling on their T side, majorly.
I can agree more. Flash coming through, though. Score just about staying alive. bLitz can't, though.
Jinxed him. I've jinxed him. I've said it. And a 4v5 Neo. IHC. They've got work to do. But still, time is not exactly on Wings Up Gaming's side. They've spent, what, the best part of half a round trying to get control, and the most they have to show for it, sure, is an opening kill. But again, it's just passive short play. Nothing more than it. IHC will be expecting this one through and through. They had it done to them in the last, and they dismissed this with ease.
so easily so far, right? I mean,
Oh,
now it's
yes.
a question of what more can they do. Oh, Bartek is so smart.
Is he any flash? Oh, they're blocking each other in the smoke. Child King knows what's up. Annihilation good for the follow-up response though. Oh, Annihilation a second. Gas going to be caught off by the P250 for the most part. Low HP, it will finish the job. And despite the man advantages, despite the early lead, Wings Up Gaming not to the lower bracket. And IHC, although it shouldn't have been done in 3, they get it done anyways.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, should have been a 2-0 when you look at it on paper. Doesn't end up being that way, but it goes the way we expected. IHC taking things out, 16-10 towards map number 3. And again, we started to see moments of brilliance for both of these two sides. And even though Wings Up have dropped in towards the lower bracket now, I still feel like there's hope there. We did see, as I said